What's the word, YouTube? You know what it is. It's your boy Big Will. We're back. Another episode of Life After Prison. Let's get it. So, you all know, I'm sure you've seen the pictures that I had. I put up a little post about the infection that I had in my gums. Okay, so I had a tooth that had a cavity. And I kept digging at it, and I kept digging at it, and kept digging at it, because it bothered me. It hurt. And what I did is, it caused an infection. So I had to take the top of my teeth out. There was 9 of them that they took out the other day. I already had a broken one from my son, teaching my son how to fight. That was right here in the front, and my son broke it. So now I have to wait probably 2 weeks, and I am going to go get permanent implants, which they have to drill into my my bone structure over here in my gums, and I guess they screw them in, and I hear a lot of good things and I hear a lot of bad things about it, but I gotta do it, you know what I'm saying? I'm one of them vain people that I like to smile, and I don't like to smile when I got no teeth, right? I just think it's fucked up, you know, messed up looking. So, but yeah, that was the post I made. My gum is still swollen, and this side is still swollen from the infection. But it is what it is, right? I'm one of them people, if something's bothering me, I aggravate it more. Something's bothering me. You know, if I get an ear infection or something, I gotta dig at it. If my muscles get sore, I gotta dig at them. You know, I gotta poke at them. If my allergies are acting up, you know, I gotta keep digging and blowing my nose. Like, it's just, I can never just leave well enough alone, you know. But it is what it is. Enough about that. I wanted to tell you is about the time while I was working today, we drove by and we seen the street crew out walking down and cleaning the highway or pick and poke. And I just laughed. I said, I remember when I was out there, but I never did the highway cleaning. Never went out and pick and poke, and I was never one of them stuck to a chain gang type shit, right? We always had free range, because I was usually in medium. I usually had drug charges. Any of my assault charges or violent charges that I was convicted of, I never did. I was never sentenced for them. Okay, so I was only sentenced on drug charges, really, right? Career drug dealer, right? Had a good time. Made a lot of money. Met a lot of people. Went a lot of places. Bought a lot of things. I enjoyed life, you know, but I did it illegally. And so be it. Only God can judge me, right? I have people that would judge me and say, oh, you sold drugs to the community. Yeah, so does Big Pharma. But you people go back every day and get your medicine from them daily, right? People are addicts. They use different medicine, that's all. People take Klonopins every day that say they have anxiety and shit like that don't really need it. I see it all the time, right? But people take it because they're addicted to it. People are addicted to cigarettes. They smoke them every day, right? You're addicted to it. You do it. people have addictions, right? And they get carried away. And people start off with an operation or some shit, and they'll end up with an addiction. I started off with a hernia, a double hernia actually, but I started off with a double groinal hernia. I've had double groinal hernia. I've had a single hernia, which one of the groinal hernias broke twice. One time it broke with another one. Another time it burst just by itself. I've had epigastral, which is up here, hernia, pop. One of them people that use brute strength to move things, right? I'm strong, and a lot of times I try using things that are heavier or stronger than I should be moving, and or picking up, and with that comes hernias. But that's all the past, right? The chain gang, I was never wanting to be on the chain gang, right? So whenever I went out on work crews, I was always out. We had free range. We'd have a cop follow us and stuff, but they didn't really pay attention, you know what I mean? They just followed, and they talked on their phone to their girls on, you know, or they listened to the radio, or they follow us with a van, or if we went and worked at the fairs and shit to clean up, you know, farmers market, shit like that, they would, you know, walk around with us and stuff, but just, hey, saying hi to everybody and not really pay attention. Well, when I passed by today, just, you know, people were saying, hey, you know, that's what they do. Hey, they tell you, throw me a cigarette, I don't smoke, you know, never did. So, shit like that, I don't fuck around with. Even when I was on a work crew, that's something I didn't look for because I don't smoke, right? But it just brought back a time when we were out working, and one of the guys, we had been going to this church for about 5 days, and we were painting, cleaning up. It was getting around the holidays. We were doing a lot of painting and restoration for the place, and that's what the jail do. You volunteer some inmates. They do it for free labor for the churches and, you know, communities, shit like that. And, you know, we work off good time, you know what I'm saying? So there was a buddy of mine, and his name is Carlos. Good dude, right? But he had been fighting with his girl, right? And she would go wherever we would go every day. You know, because like I said, we would, if the same crew would usually go back to the same place 3 or 4 days. You know what I'm saying? If they listened on phone calls and they heard that people were giving, hey, someone, you know, for someone to meet you there or drop a package, they would switch things up on you, right? So, with that being said, we had the same crew going to the same place, right? So he had been meeting this girl, and he would tell his girl, you know, go to the church, and we were in New Bedford, Massachusetts. Go to the church, and she would see him, and, you know, a couple of guys would distract the guards, and she'd drop a package, he'd pick it up, blah, blah, blah. Well, probably third day in, fourth day in or something, he's arguing with this girl, right? And she's you know, fuck you, and I'm not meeting you, I ain't dropping off shit. And he's like, you gotta do it. It's the kid hustle, right? It's his hustle, right? You gotta do it, you gotta meet me. And she's, I ain't meeting you, and they're going on, blah, blah, blah. Us guys are telling him, guy, relax. Tomorrow comes, she'll be there. It's your girl. Don't worry about it. She'll be there. Don't worry about it. Well, the next day comes, and we're out working, and he's waiting, and he knows that we're going to be there from probably 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning to like 1:30, 2 o'clock usually. You come in right before shift change, and lockdown comes in, so you come in, and, you know, they strip search you and all that bullshit. check to make sure you don't have weapons or blah blah blah. But like I said, it's medium security, so they're not too big on it. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. They'll put you through a metal detector and shit like that. So we're in there, and we're there painting and shit, and he's, he keeps running to the door, and he's telling the CO, hey, I gotta piss, and the CO, hey, what the fuck, man, you gotta piss again, and and he's starting to tell him, so fuck off, Carlos, fuck off. I gotta piss, and he's looking out the window, and they'll tell us, get away from the windows. They don't want us looking out the windows talking to people, and they don't want us associating with the public. You know what I'm saying? So much. And it's good hits too, because like the church, they'll feed you real food. Whoever you're working for, they'll buy you lunch and stuff. The prison will send you out with bologna sandwiches and shit like that. Bologna sandwiches, Kool-Aid. But when you're out there working for nothing, usually the people will buy us lunches and stuff, right? So we'll eat real food, you know what I mean? So it's one of the perks of it, on top of the good time. So anyways, it's getting down to about 12:30, and he's heated. He's heated. She's not here. She didn't drop a package. He's heated. So they call, oh yeah, we're gonna have lunch. Okay. So we're all eating lunch, and he says, oh, I gotta piss. No problem. Go in the bathroom and piss. So we're all sitting, like I said, we're all sitting around in a little cafe eating, chicken, and I think the day that this incident happened, we were having pizza that day. A different day would be different food, you know what I mean? They'd buy us kentucky fried chicken or Subway sandwiches or shit like that. But I think we were having pizza this day, and we were sitting down eating. Well, Carlos goes to the bathroom, and we're all sitting there, and probably 10 minutes goes by, and CO's like, this fucking guy. He goes in looking in the bathroom, and he's, Silva. No answer. Silva. No answer. He looks in the stall, the kid's gone. He jumps out the window of the church and takes off. Now, it was on a pre-release, right? We were on pre-release, and he probably had 7 months left to his sentence. But he was so enraged, so pissed, that his girl took off. I mean, that his girl he didn't see his girl, that he took off. And he ran on the crew. So they had to pack us all up. It's a big security thing. He had to pack us up. Everybody had to get chained up and shackled and put back in the van. And, they're calling the sheriffs and the dogs. And the worst part about the whole thing is that she did drop a package to him. But it had got covered, and he wasn't looking exactly where she dropped it. She just didn't show up to see him. She was pissed. But she did leave a package for him. She knew we were going. So he got lugged. He ended up going. Once they ended up grabbing him, he ended up getting caught. Now it's an escape. He ends up getting 2 years added to his sentence. He can't go out on the work crews ever again. Like, you lose so much shit, like, doing stupid shit like that, you know what I mean? It's not like you're going on a run for murder and you're trying to leave the country, you know what I mean? The kid was probably, I don't even know what his charges, what he was in there for, to be honest with you, but, he was probably in there for something stupid, and, the kid had a few months left to his sentence, and he goes and runs on the pre-release to get a 2-year bid added to his sentence, all over a package and a chick that didn't show up that day. You just go to show you that what the mind frame that we get in when we're locked up, the things that we'll go through to see a loved one, to have a visit, the mind frame that we get in when a visit doesn't show up, the mind frame that we get in when you call home and your girl argues with you over something that we did. We got ourselves locked up, and now our girls will argue with us, and it puts us in a total mind frame that we'll end up in the hole. And we'll end up doing something stupid. We'll you know, act out at the gods, or we'll act out towards our friends or other inmates, or there might be another inmate that you have a problem with, and because you and your girl had an argument, you're gonna act out towards this person. And the mind frame that we get in, it's unbelievable. And unless you've ever been there to know what I'm talking about, it's tough. One of the worst things, the hardest things to deal with in prison or being locked up is your mental psyche. If you can't control your mind, you're going to have a lot of trouble. You're going to have a lot of trouble. If you can't argue with your girl and shut it off to where your problems ended when that phone hung up, you're going to have problems. You're going to act out. You're going to say something stupid to somebody. And there goes a hole. You're going to the hole for a fight. Something stupid. Because your girl was arguing with you over you yelling at her about not getting a letter or something stupid, you know? Just want to let you know, man. Any of you people who have loved ones that are in lockup, don't fuck with someone's mind, man. Don't play games with them. You know, it's bad enough that when we put ourselves there, we got to deal with all the shit on the inside to not have to deal with the bullshit on the outside. The best thing that happened to me before I got locked up, these last 2 bids, was I got my girl. Because I trusted her. And with that, it's Big Will. I'll see you all on the next one. Life after prison. Peace.